Well, I've been farming all my life. I'd say I started in 1966. So we have grain and livestock. Livestock is half of our operation, cattle. I've never seen a fall any worse than this other than last year. This is unprecedentedly late harvest, you know, it could end any time. Normally we're done with harvest, so we're way behind. If we get any more rain, the condition of the fields will be as big an issue, or is as big an issue as the condition of the crop. So yeah, cash flow wise, it's going to get a lot tighter because we don't have the commodity prices that we had last year to support the drying costs. You know, we're talking 50 cents a bushel to get this corn storable, just in drying costs, and the price is half of what it was a year ago. So yeah, it's definitely going to get tighter. We need an ideal winter to just survive this thing.
I mean, normally by now we're looking at our last 2 or 3 cornfields and we just finished our first one. So everybody at home is like, well, when are you going to come home? Well, maybe midnight, you never know. So it affects everybody.
And we farm and feed cattle and have a purebred limousine herd, sell seed stock, raise corn and alfalfa and beans, and right now most of it's underwater. We've had to go out and buy a lot of straw, and we're probably going to have to buy whatever we can find, wherever we can find it, to keep cattle bedded, to keep cattle fed, because we haven't been able to put up our silage like we normally do. The bills are keeping growing and getting bigger, and the income is going down. I would say right now half of our crop is sitting underwater. If we can have a winter with no more moisture and a spring with no moisture, then we'll be able to go in on the high spots. But a big share of the crop won't be planted next year here. I don't see that we'll be calving a lot of cows here. We normally calve 300 to 350 cows. I don't see that happening this year because I don't see the space to do it. We all know when the frost goes out next spring, it's going to be a mud hole and there won't be a bottom anywhere.
Been farming pretty much all my life. Not a real big farmer, farm about 1,200 acres. My dad has farmed the same land. We're a 100-year century farm. He's never seen the year when you couldn't at least get a break to get the crop out, but this is it, I think. There's a good crop there. We got a good crop here in most of the ground, but we just can't get it. It never quit this summer. Every month we had close to 8 inches from the 1st of June on. 8 inches a month. Right now we're probably at as dry as we've been since all of October, because that was horrible. Well, I've never had to combine beans or corn probably this late. We're always done. I got 2 combines, but still it does me no good because we can't get a big enough patch in any field. I get 10 to 15% maybe out of each field, and that's all I can get, because when you drive off the high spot, you just drop. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut back the cow herd because I don't have enough feed to feed this long.
I started farming on this farm in 1940, working with my dad in 1945. I was 12 years old and I've worked here every year since. Crops this year, we had hail, and in June it took all the beans and corn down, and crop insurance said they'd come back Some of it did, but it's not good. The beans are green and yielding probably 5 to 10 bushels an acre. Corn is wet, soft, didn't mature. The fields are soft, and took a sample to the elevator Tuesday morning. He said it's the worst sample of beans he'd ever seen.